Hello everyone, my name is Jaybird and I'm gonna adjust my microphone a bit. Welcome back guys to AIRIS. Without any further ado, let's get back to where we left off last time, which would be wait a minute. Oh, okay. One's lurking in the bush at 10 o'clock, and I think there might be more than one hiding up the tree to my right. I'll take the one at 10. Lyle gives a curt nod as their eyes flutter open, the orange glow emitting from their staff slowly fading as the revelation spell ends. I got another one. Jerking my head in acknowledgement, I give Teddy a side glance, who's already bouncing in anticipation. Ready, Teddy?
Always am. They don't call me Bear-tastic Paw. Chick Teddy Bear. For nothing.
I don't know what I was going for. As quietly as possible, I slide my sword out of its sheath and lift it in front of me in preparation. Let's go. Immediately, Teddy springs out of our hiding spot, charging towards the imp in hiding with a fierce battle cry. I rush after her. But before I can lift a hand to help, Teddy has already wrestled the imp to the ground, satisfied growls escaping her mouth. I don't know. A small stab of my sword and the creature disappears into a puff of gray smoke. The angry dying screech from my right informs me that Lyle is dispatching their own enemy in equally quick fashion.
That's it? Psh, that was so easy. Are there more around?
I need to work on my nasal sound. Gotta sound more nasally.
Hey, Peter. Hey, Peter. Hey, Lois. Peter.
Teddy settles on the ground, licking her paw in disappointment. Disappointed! Probably, but we won't find out if we don't go look around some more.
You know what? This is too boring for me. Just go on without me.
Teddy shifts to lie flat on her back on the ground, stretching her legs. Sharing an exasperated glance with Lyle, I shake my head at Teddy and nudge her gently with my foot. Wait, you're really not coming with us? Teddy lets out a small yawn in return, curling up into a ball of fur.
I'll nap here for a bit. Wake me up when September ends. No, wake me up when you're on your way home.
Almost immediately, soft snores drift through the air, and I can only roll my eyes in amusement. Lazy bear. Oh, Pooh, you silly old bear. Guess it's just the two of us now. Guess it's just the two of us now. Lyle shifts one shoulder in a small shrug, a smile on their face. Just like old times. The memories of what happened earlier flash across my mind, and I can't help but frown, turning my face away slightly. Yeah. Lyle frowns at my muted reply, but knows better than to comment. An awkward silence falls over us, and we continue walking on, keeping our ears peeled for any sound of movement. Alia, Whatever Lyle meant to say, I don't get to find out as their staff suddenly begins to glow, indicating the detection of another presence around. I stiffen, meeting Lyle's gaze. They give a small nod to answer my silent question and tip their head at some trees ahead. Someone is there. In unison, Lyle and I fall into a crouch, keeping our footsteps light as we creep towards the trees. I draw my sword, taking a deep breath, and peek around the tree trunk as Lyle does the same on the other side. There's a person, bent over what appears to be an unconscious creature. There's a strange device in his hand that keeps emitting an odd, high-pitched sound, and despite my best attempts, I can't make out what it is. What are they doing? What are they doing? I don't know. Right then, the person lets out a long sigh, shaking their head, and turn just enough for me to see the familiar shape of their face and pursing of their mouth. A gasp escapes me. It's Kylan. It's Kylan! Literally, I just said that! For fuck's sake! It's Kylan! I move to stumble out of our hiding spot, but Lyle grabs my shoulder in a tight hold, shaking their head. Wait. We should observe him a little longer. It doesn't feel right to spy on Kylan, and I am anxious to talk to him after he disappeared for a week. Still, maybe we should take the opportunity to find out what he's up to. I shouldn't spy on Kylan. Maybe we can watch Kylan for just a bit more to see what he's doing. What we're supposed to do? Maybe we can watch Kylan for just a bit more to see what he's doing. Right? Yep. I have to admit, I am a little curious about what Kylan is doing as well, but... Come on, Nelia. Just for a little. It wouldn't hurt, would it? With a sigh, I cave in, feeling just a tiny twinge of guilt. Fine, just for a few minutes. If he catches us, I'm blaming it all on you. Crouching down further next to Lyle, we continue to peek around the leaves to observe Kylan. He doesn't seem to be doing anything of interest, though, as far as I can tell. He merely continues to press buttons on the device, which occasionally lets out a sharp sound or two that seems to be warnings. After a minute, Kylan lets out a long sigh and finally draws a line across the creature's neck with his dagger, watching the creature disappear into a puff of smoke. Lyle? He's leaving. Lyle doesn't reply, and when I glance at them, they are still peering at Kylan with a look of utmost concentration, their brows furrowed. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. Clearly we aren't going to get anything out of spying on Kylan, and I just feel like a creep doing so. Besides, what Kylan does with his inventions are none of our business. He did mention he's an inventor, so it shouldn't come as any surprise that he'd be testing out weird gadgets in the wild. So, ignoring Lyle's low hiss, I stumbled towards Kylan, whose head immediately whips towards me at the sound of the grass rustling. Kylan! Alia? Look at his stupid face. I love that man. Look at that stupid face, but I love it though. His shocked expression melts away as he stuffs the device he was holding into his satchel. My smile falters temporarily at his reaction, but my relief at seeing him alive and well is too great to be overshadowed. Kylan! Where have you been? I can feel the knot in my stomach unraveling in relief, and I punch Kylan lightly on the shoulder. Slam! Hell yeah! You just suddenly disappeared after the battle for a whole week without a word! I was worried about you, you know? I thought you were injured or killed in the battle. Oh. Kylan blinks. Once, twice, still not answering my question, and I grin at him. What? Cat got your tongue? It's fine. You don't really have to explain to me where you've been. I'm not your boss. I'm just glad you're alright. Kylan remains uncharacteristically quiet, only giving me a small nod while biting his lower lip. What were you doing just now? Nothing. Just taking care of some stray creatures that got separated from their herds after the battle. My eyes dart to the satchel he's holding, and sensing my gaze, he clutches it tighter to himself. Right. You're lying. What are you hiding in your bag? Both Kylan and I turned with a start and grinned at Lyle sheepishly. And I grinned at Lyle sheepishly, having almost forgotten they were still back there behind the trees. There you are. Thought you'd never come. I wanted to watch him a little longer, but I guess I've seen enough. What are you hiding, Kylan? What were you up to? Kylan's face is a smooth, indifferent mask, the faintest hint of an arrogant smile playing at the corner of his lips. I have no idea what you're talking about. I just saw a lot of stray creatures in this area, so I thought I'd do this community a service by taking them out before they can attack any hunters' children. That's not what you were doing. You better start telling us everything right now, or... Or what? What can you do to me? I haven't broken any laws. Lyle. I touched Lyle's shoulder gently, and they glanced down at me with irritation written all over their face. We don't have the authority to interrogate him. Lyle sucks their cheeks in, clearly infuriated, but concedes with a sigh that borders on a huff. Whatever. I'm going to patrol a different area for any strays. I'll see you tomorrow, Alia. My arm falls to my side as Lyle strides away, muscles coiled with restrained frustration. I can only watch them walk away, sucking my lower lip in between my teeth. Sorry about them. No, I should say sorry for causing a rift between your friend and you. I give a small shrug. It's nothing. Something like this won't come between us. Lyle just takes their job as a soldier of the country too seriously. Doesn't trust anyone they deem suspicious. Am I suspicious? I glance at Kylan, noting the half smile on his face that's tinted with amusement. Just a little. Why do you defend me then? Why do you trust me? Both of our gazes drift to the satchel in Kylan's hand, and I'm well aware of the unsaid question in his mind. Immediately, the doubts and worries I've been pushing away since the day we met come flooding back. Why do I trust him? Why would I defend him from Lyle? How can I be sure he's not some crazed psychopath who... No. Stop it, Alia. He helped you, remember? So he has something to hide, but don't we all? Every single one of us who joined the guild as a vassal has secrets no one else knows. I don't know. No matter how strange you seem or how untrustworthy Lyle thinks you are, I can tell that you've tried to help me with all your heart even when you had no reason to. So I don't think you're a bad person. I think you're interesting and fun to be around, and I already consider you my friend. I flash him a weak smile, clapping him on the shoulder and ignoring his wince. Oh god, why am I doing that? That's so mean. Plus, I owe you still for everything you've done. The least I can do is get Lyle off your back. My hand is still on his shoulder, and I can feel Kylan stiffen. You don't owe me anything. You really don't. Yes, I know. No, I mean it. I don't want you to feel like you owe me anything. I didn't do much for you at all. Kylan hesitates before continuing, his voice lowered slightly. And I don't want you to be friends with me and hang out with me only because you feel like you owe me. That's not what I meant. I genuinely enjoy hanging out with you. You know that. Kylan rubs the back of his neck, still avoiding my eyes. Yeah, I guess. I have to bite back a smile, pleased for some reason at his reaction, before changing the subject to a safer topic. Well, so you're here to clean up the strays, huh? Want to do this together? I'm on the same quest as well. Kylan makes a slight tip of his head, which I take as an agreement. I give him a warm smile, which he returns, albeit somewhat hesitantly. Watch my back and I'll watch yours? Of course. Kylan falls into step beside me, and we begin following the same path again, our eyes darting around to look for any glimpses of movement. You know, I don't really understand why the creatures chose to attack the town like this. not even waiting for the cover of the night. They haven't made such a bold move for 5 years since the overwhelming victory we had in this town. I wonder why they're launching attacks now. Did you notice anything different about them? More erratic movements or more coordinated? What? Never mind. Taken aback by the strange question, I sneak a glance at him, but he only has his brows furrowed with a look of deep concentration. It doesn't take a genius to guess that Kylan has taken my musing words entirely too seriously and is trying to figure out this mystery. What should I say now? You love mysteries and finding out answers, don't you? Well, I just hope the creatures stop attacking. I don't want anyone else to get hurt. I guess there's no point in wondering why. Well, I'm supposed to say the creatures stop attacking. I don't want anyone else to get hurt. There's a beat of silence before Kylan replies, and an odd tone in his voice. Yes, they need to stop. They've caused enough harm. Why are they breaking the patterns out of nowhere? Something must be out of work here. Perhaps. Startled by Kylan's implication, I cock my head at the troubled look on Kylan's face. He really is taking this seriously. Could this be related to what he was doing with that unconscious creature he captured earlier? Are you saying that someone... Kylan doesn't reply. My stomach takes an uncomfortable nosedive. Oh. Nosedive! And I unconsciously begin looking around as though I would find an enemy watching us from the shadows. Feeling uncomfortable with the way Kylan has just implied his suspicion of foul play in the tune of our conversation has taken, I force a teasing grin onto my face and give him a light nudge in the side with my elbow. Still as nosy as ever, I see. Nosy? What? You think I've forgotten about how you were eavesdropping on me the first time we met? As I had hoped, Kylan breaks out into an amused smile, chasing away the shadows in his eyes. My muscles, which had tensed up earlier at Kylan's words, relax again. It was not eavesdropping. You were just talking at such a deafening volume that it was impossible not to overhear. Look who's talking. You're speaking so loudly you're scaring off all the creatures in a 10-mile radius. Perfect. I don't feel like hunting down. I just died. I'm sorry, that was gross. Perfect. I don't feel like hunting down sick creatures anymore anyway. I roll my eyes at him and grab his left arm in a tight hold so he can't escape on his own. You're coming with me. Are you kidnapping me to be your meat shield? Ah! Your meat shield, yes. Are you kidnapping me to be your meat shield? Yes. With a quick twist of his shoulder, Kylan manages to slip his arm out of my hold, which has slackened in surprise at his skilled maneuver. Not today, my lady. Not today. Damn it! Not bad. Guess your skills aren't that rusty after all. Kylan bends over in a dramatic bow, and I shake my head with a low laugh. I love this. All jokes aside, we better hurry before the sun goes down. These forests are not friendly when it's dark. We share another quick grin before falling silent, our footsteps the only sounds in the air as we venture deeper into the forest in search of more hostile creatures. Sorry. Shit! Ah, fuck, I didn't read it. No, I did read it. It was like, good morning, Alia. That's what it said. I just hit it before I could actually read it out loud. But anyways, I raised my head from my plate to see Kylan standing next to my table, a small smile on his face. Oh, hey, Kylan. Morning. You here for breakfast, too? I gesture to the seat opposite to mine, and Kylan slides into the chair. I wasn't, but I am now. Oh, are you hungry? Here, I'm already full, so you can have the rest. I push my plate of leftover scrambled eggs and bacon towards him, and to my surprise, he begins to stutter, what appears to be a blush rising to his cheeks. Ah! Ah! Look at that! There there's a little bit of blush there. Ooh! I sure like a blush boy. I love a blush boy. I don't think that's the best idea. Thank you for the offer, but I'm good, I think. You should finish it yourself. Are you sure you're not just worried about girl cooties? I'm not. Cooties don't exist. It's just rather intimate to share the same meal when we... I can't help but giggle, greatly enjoying this flustered Caitlin that I've never seen before. Fine, go buy your own breakfast. Don't say I didn't try to save you some money. I will later. The red slowly fades from his cheeks, and he ducks his head, rummaging through his satchel and bringing out an oddly shaped silver device that glistens in the light. What's that? Curious, I reach out a finger to poke it, half expecting Kylan to shout at me for touching his things, but instead he just gives me an amused half smile. It's one of my old creations. I brought it along with me when I came here. May I? Kylan nods and I pick up the unfamiliar device, turning it over my hand and examining it. What does it do? It's kind of hard to explain. It basically looks over the person without physical touch and reports back to me their status, sort of. Any anomalies, lurking illnesses, and so on. Callan's eyes grow more and more animated as he elaborates, and I can only stare at him blankly, having failed to understand anything he's saying. He seems to realize my confusion and smiles in an almost sheepish manner. I hate that word so much. It's so hard. It's like a tongue twister in itself. Yeah, it doesn't make much sense out loud, I'm afraid. I would demonstrate it for you, but it's broken right now. Someone ran into me just now in the streets and I dropped it on the ground. That's why I came in here. I thought I could find a place where I can sit and fix it before going on my way because I need it for what I'm going to do next. What are you going to do? Are you a doctor? Do you have patients to tend to? Kylan hesitates before shaking his head. No, not a doctor, but something like that. I've been asked to find out what's wrong with a patient afflicted with this persistent, strange illness. Oh, what's wrong with the poor person? Wait. I let a gasp at this in realization, pointing at myself. Can't you use this on me? To find out why I keep having blackouts? I tried. When we first met here, and actually, no results, unfortunately. Even though I tried not to get my hopes up, I can't prevent the wave of crushing disappointment. Oh. I'm sorry. If it makes you feel better, this device isn't the final prototype. Maybe it'll return some helpful results when I improve it further. It takes a little effort for me to smile at him, despite my gratitude for his attempt to cheer me up. Yeah, maybe. There's an awkward beat of silence before Kylan nods and gestures to the device in his hand. Well, maybe I should probably get started on fixing this damn thing first before I begin talking about improvements. Oh, right. Flashing me a small smile, Kylan empties his satchel on the table. My eyes widen at the endless flood of scrolls, tools, tiny bits of metal, and other items that I can't name. Oblivious to my surprise, Kylan searches through the pile for what he needs and begins to pry open the device. I feel a little awkward still sitting here, just staring at him and watching what he's doing. Maybe I should leave? He's clearly going to be busy for a while anyway, though I'm quite interested in what he's doing, and this is a rare opportunity for me to get a closer look into his life as an inventor. What should I do now? Should I leave so I won't distract him, or should I watch him for a while? Work for a while. I don't have anything else to do right now, so to work, leave as someone else to serve him. I'm supposed to watch him work. It's not like I have anything to get to, so why not? Given how absorbed in his work he looks, he probably won't even realize I'm still here. Assuming we're going to be here for a while, I shifted in my seat to get comfortable, but the motion surprisingly catches Kylan's attention, whose head snaps up immediately with a frown. Wait, you're leaving already? Oh, no I'm not. I was just trying to get comfortable. Suddenly feeling self-conscious, I clear my throat and ask, "You don't mind if I stay, do you? If it's going to distract you from your work, I can leave." "Oh no, not at all. Is it just my imagination, or does Kylan look pleased?" "No, it's not your imagination. It would be nice to have company for once while I'm doing this tedious work." "Well, if you change your mind, just let me know, and I'll quietly take my leave. I don't want to wear out my welcome." "Well, it was your table before I rudely barged in, so of course you're welcome." Kylan beams at me for a second longer before returning to what he was doing, a crease appearing between his brows. Silently, I observe Kylan's motions, captivated by the look of utter concentration on his face and the practiced movements of his fingers. Even though I don't know what he's doing, I can tell when he runs into some sort of obstacle or when the device fails to give him the result he desires because he lets out a small sigh and the crease between his brows deepens. Time passes. I don't know how long I've been sitting here, just keeping Kylan company as he works, but my eyelids slowly grow heavier and heavier, and I can't stand it anymore. Until I can't stand it anymore. It feels like barely a moment has passed when Kylan's call of my name causes me to jerk awake with a small yelp. Yip! Alia, are you alright? Huh? Yeah, I am. Sorry, I fell asleep, didn't I? I'm sorry, it must have been boring just watching me do my thing. No, it was fascinating. I noticed that the table is surprisingly clear of clutter, and his bag seems to be carefully packed once again. Did you fix it? Yes. Well, it's a temporary fix, but it'll do for now until I get back home and can hunt down the materials I need. Oh, wow, that's amazing. You were really fast. It's my job. I've done it 1,000,000 times before. Kylan shrugs and stands up, holding his hand out to me. Come on, I'll walk you home. What? No, there's no need to. There's no need. I can go home myself. I insist. It's my fault you were bored almost to death. It's the least I can do to make it up to you. Kylan offers his hand to me again, and after a brief moment of hesitation, I take it with a smile, and heave myself to my feet. All right. His hand lingers on mine before releasing it, and he gives an exaggerated, chivalrous bow before gesturing at the door. Ladies first. How kind of you. Are you going to hold the door open for me as well? Of course. I'm nothing if not a perfect gentleman. Oh my god, Elliot Rodger. The only ultimate gentleman is Elliot Rodger. I'm joking. It's a joke. Okay, it's a meme. It's a meme. I'm just joking. I'm just Josh. I'm just joking. With identical amused grins on our faces, we make our way to the exit of the guild hall, where I hold the door open for him instead. Feeling the sweat roll down my cheek, I let a small grunt as I take a decisive step forward, feigning to the left. The wooden sword connects to the neck of my opponent, and with a satisfying thud, he raises his hands, letting his sword fall to the ground and surrender. Well, guys, that's going to be it for this episode of AIRIS. If you guys enjoyed this episode, leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't, ring that notification bell, and remember, die safely. Bye-bye!